with liquid with it, it's stewing. You start sealing it and we put them in put some braising liquid and we put it in the oven, that is braising. Okay, so in any type of slow cooking method, right, sealing the meat is very, very important. Joshua, what is sealing the meat?
Not letting out the flavor.
Preksha?
She's the name.
Her eyes is like, now what is sealing? We've used,
Trapping the flavor in.
yes. Gentlemen,
Trapping
what is
it.
sealing?
So you know, like when you cook it very hard, the flavor itself is coming back.
Joshua, now do you know? Preksha, now do you know? So what you do is, you cook the outer layer of the meat so that it seals all the flavor inside. And also one important thing is when you slow cook it, so if you don't seal this piece of meat,
It's gonna break.
when you keep mixing, it's going to break and it becomes shredded.
So it makes
Right?
it proper.
If you seal it properly, even after you're cooking it for 1 hour, 2 hours, it holds the shape. And then when you put it into the mouth, it just melts, it just breaks.
So it makes
Right?
it brown.
So that's why sealing is very important.
Sealing.
Okay?
If you're like slow cooking and that without sealing. it's
So in
like
all the
so
stewing,
colourful.
in all most of the cooking methods, sealing is important. For this one,
Saute and the
I'm gonna coat it with some flour before sealing. Right? Why am I doing this? So this helps
the sealing.
sealing process. So this flour will help the meat seal quicker. All right, and also this flour will help when you stew the sauce to get thicker as well. Okay, so this has two uses. Okay, just gently, not too much, just gently. Okay. Right. Again, the pan has to be hot. Okay. Sometimes the meat is too much. I can't put all the meat in one go. Okay. It will never seal. Okay. Sometimes you might do half and half. Now what I mean, sometimes I use a flat grill. Seal the meat, put in the pot to stew, or I even seal in the oven, depending upon the amount I'm cooking. If I'm cooking 6 kilos of meat, obviously I cannot seal in a pot. Okay, then I put it in a tray, put it in the oven, in a really hot oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once the outer part is cooked, and I use it to put in the sauce. Okay, so it depends how we seal. Okay, this is oil. Tongs. Most of the time, stewing happens in one pot. Okay, with some liquid. It always needs liquid. All right. So over here, I'm using some of the stock and some of the napkin sauce. Okay. If you don't have napkin sauce,
Yeah, oil. The vegetable oil.
use tomato
And flour
paste.
and different.
If you don't have tomato paste, you can use tomato ketchup.
Don't put it.
Just that it would be a bit sweeter. Okay. All right, really hot pot, very important. Okay, when you're sealing the meat, not multiple layers. One layer, wait, don't touch it.
Can you open it?
This one is smoked.
Yes, yes, separate smoke paprika. Because it's dried. When they dry, they smoke it. Yes, sweet paprika. Yes. Most of the winter dish does not have much on herbs. Okay, because in Europe, in winter they don't grow herbs. Okay, herbs is more spring and summer thing. Okay, so in winter dishes, most of the winter dishes, not much herbs, just main spices. Sauteed. It doesn't have to be sweat. Saute. Right. If I'm making a soup, sweat. If I'm making a sauce, sweat. If I'm making a stew, saute. I want the onions in the stew, and I want the onions to keep the flavor. Right. So I'm gonna add a bit of paprika, give it a good mix. Okay, I'm also gonna add some Napoli sauce. If not Napoli, this one tablespoon of tomato puree. Alright, chicken stock, veggie stock, whatever stock you have. Okay, and then let the sauce, because that's warm hot meat, cold liquid at this stage, I don't want to add that to it now. Once when the sauce is hot, you add the meat over here, and then you need to keep topping up the liquid as you go. Right? If not, it becomes too thick. Okay, once the sauce starts to simmer, I'm gonna add the meat. Some seasoning. Right now the liquid's runny, okay, because of the flour in the meat and stuff. It will reduce and get thicker, so we have to add one more last ingredient, which is potato. I'm not going to add now because this is a slow cooking. I might cook this for half an hour. Okay, so maybe in the last 15 minutes I'm going to add the potatoes. The potatoes are going to help to thicken as well. All right, this liquid, okay, will get thicker now. Okay, but if it gets too thick, all right, then you need to top up liquid. Okay, stock has salt in it. Okay, if it's too salty, water. And then when do you know it's done? You take a piece of meat and then you touch it, it's soft and tender, and you know it's done. Okay? Leave that. Let's finish the. Okay, always simmer it, not high heat, simmer. Okay, let's go to the snack.